All right. This is good. Hi, I'm your host, Nikki Clarke, and we're here on Go Live TV, and I'm so excited to be back. The show is about inviting people from all walks of life to share their heart stories, stories of transformation, and I'm always excited to meet stellar people, and I have a fantastic woman with me right now. She's an entrepreneur of many, many sorts, and we're going to talk about all of that. So please welcome Marianne Padjan to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikki, for having me on your show.
You're welcome.
This is so much fun.
It is. I like it. Not a bad layout, huh?
Actually, pretty good, and we match pink and red.
Awesome.
I love this. I want to get one of these for my show. This is gorgeous.
Put it out there; it'll happen.
Right?
Yeah,
I love it.
Happen. So tell me about your background leading up to what you're doing today. You've got a lot of slashes in your title.
I have been in sales for most of my life, first of all, and so retail for many, many years. And I know you have a guest here that has his own recruiting agency. That was my last job. So I was actually a recruiter. And a long time ago, I became a mortgage agent. And that led me into a pretty successful career of real estate. So mortgages wasn't enough for me. So I became a real estate agent. That was fun. And I have, I'll tell you what I recently opened, but I'm not going to talk a lot about it because my coach is here. My coach is Robert J. Moore.
And who would that be?
Yeah, Robert J. Moore.
Robert J. Moore in the house.
Robert J. Moore in the house, always. So he actually made me open a publishing company, which was very interesting because a year and a half ago when I met him, he said, I'm going to need you to write a chapter. And I said, no, you don't understand. I don't write. I don't do writing. I don't do chapters. I don't do anything. So, no. And he said, okay. The next day, he's like, so, I think you should write a chapter. And I said, no, I'm not a writer. I don't think I'm going to do that. No. And then the third day, he goes, yeah, I think you should. This is the book right here. I think, one chapter. And then you could be a author, an international bestseller. And I thought, okay, I'll do the one chapter. Anyways, long story short, a week later, he had me commit to 21 chapters. And that led to now 14 books. And a week and a half ago, I opened up my own publishing company called Empowered Voice Publishing.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. So needless to say, that's just two things. We write books. All of us write books that are around Robert. I think that's kind of the thing. And of course, I do coaching and I specialize in meditation. I do a lot of meditation for corporate functions, for retreats. I do international retreats, which of course I haven't done for a while.
Yeah.
And what else do I do? Did I forget?
Well, you've got a radio show, don't you? You've got a podcast.
I do. I will now have a radio show. I will have 3 radio shows with Robert J. Moore, and one of them is going to be Meditation Minute with Marianne. And I also have a book that name, and I have a company with that name. And the other one will be self-empowerment. And I have a series of 12 books that I'm going to be putting out on self-empowerment reset. And I have a real estate show called Real Estate Ins and Outs.
So what don't you do?
I don't do any administrative things because I can't. I get too bored too fast. I do have a podcast that I do. It's a digital TV show called Meditation Millionaire. And that's on Roku and iTunes and so on and so forth.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit about the Meditation Millionaire. What does that entail?
So it's similar to your show. I bring on people who have overcome adversity and stepped into their greatness and, just have done, exciting and interesting and things and have overcome to achieve their goals and sort of stepped over their challenges and moved forward, and just to anything at all that I can do to help inspire people. That's my gig, right? So the more the merrier. So I think that's why I was led to the books and to the TV shows and because you can reach the masses, right? Wow, look at my logo, how good it looks.
Not too shabby. So yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I love it.
But what has been the driving force to all of this wonderful energy that you're putting out?
Oh gosh, I've been meditating since I was probably 16 years old is when I really started, and I'm going to be 60 in February. So that's
you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Doesn't she look good?
Thank you. Thank you. That's a very long time to be meditating.
Yeah.
So, I've always wanted to empower people. That's been my thing for a while. I used to own a spa down in Port Credit for our local people, and I had a yoga studio when I was younger, and all of that. You just want to make people feel better, period. Mm-hmm. Life was kind of interesting for me as a child. I belonged to two immigrant parents who, had a hard time with English, had struggled their whole life. And in the end, I had to have them both in nursing homes because they both ended up with dementia. And I'm an only child, so of course I had to do everything. And by the end, my mom went first. So then after that, my dad went. He was sort of the last one to pass away. But when I looked at his pension, I thought to myself, you've got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not working my whole life for this. Like, I had to pay a significant amount, like almost 50%, for him to stay in a nursing home. He didn't even have enough for that. And I thought, oh my gosh, you worked so hard. His work ethic was very good. So definitely my work ethic comes from him. But I was just like, no way, I'm not doing this. Yeah. No, we got to do something better than this. The money's got to roll in, but it's not about the money. It's about empowering people, making people feel good and feel strong and have a strong sense of self-worth. I think self-worth and self-love is like my mantra almost. It's my favorite thing to focus on. Most of my workshops and retreats are on that. Actually, my last book is Self-Empowerment Reset, Radical Self-Love. So, yeah, I think that's the foundation of everything. Once you build your self-love, you can pretty much have everything else after that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think in the period that we were kind of slowly coming out of, there were a lot of opportunities for reflection. And I think people took what they call the ultimate pivot in a lot of respects, like business or relationships. And they had to take like that internal inventory. Mm-hmm. Self-love was like way up there in terms of what they needed to do.
Right up there. That's actually when I started with Meditation Minute with Marianne. I thought, okay, what can I do to help? And we did a funky thing in my condo. I live in a condo, and so we have like a courtyard. So we all got out and we clapped for an entire minute, and we did that every day for, I don't know, I think we did it for something like 3 months. And it was just something to get people out on the balconies. People were talking to each other. It was, warm weather. Yeah. And then it got cool, of course, so we stopped. And then I started teaching meditation in my building. For my building, we weren't really allowed to do much else. No one was allowed to come in. So I thought, you know what, let me just do this for my building. And so everyone in my building, well, not everyone, but a whole bunch of people came down to the party room. This was right before COVID, like about 2 minutes before COVID sort of hit, and we had to open, sort of close the doors. So then we ended up going on Zoom, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to post videos. And Robert said, just make them short. Make them short. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a minute. Anyone can do anything for a minute. Doesn't matter what it is.
Absolutely.
So I got on there and I started doing these meditations, and people would say, oh, that was so helpful. Thank you so much. I really like that. And I thought, really? Oh, okay, I can do more. Mm-hmm. It's only a minute. So I would go outside, take my dog out for a walk, and I'd do some outside. And I thought, yeah, this is great. I like this, And there was one time somebody saw my video, and I did just, I guess, maybe a little speech after that. Sometimes I shake it up, and maybe I was talking about self-love a little bit. And he messaged me, and he said, thank you so much for today's message. If I didn't see your message, I've been thinking about suicide for a long time, and I think today might have been that day. And he goes, I think you saved me. And I thought, if I do nothing else with my life, that alone was it. That was the reason I did all of everything.
Absolutely. You came at the right time to someone's rescue.
So happy, right?
Yes.
So happy to help, and that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Aren't we supposed to be doing that with each other? Like, we're supposed to be helping
Service
each other.
before self. Marianne, thank you so much for sharing just a little bit of all the many things that you do, but where can people meet you on social media?
Oh gosh, Facebook all day long. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, but really Facebook is probably where I'm the most active. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. All right, Marianne, thank you so much for joining. Looking forward to more of your meditation guidance, and hopefully you can come back another time.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. What a great studio this is. What a great platform this is. And thank you everyone so much for listening.
All right. Marianne Padjan, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll be back.